Thank you for joining this self-learning session. During this session you will be able to deepen your knowledge and skills on the topic work-life balance through watching a short video, completing the practical exercises.
Within this learning session you will understand the concept of work-life balance, identify possible work-life measures for women's career advancement, be acquainted with work-life measures, which could be undertaken by the employer in order to promote equal opportunities for women and men in the labor market. Become aware of the importance of men's involvement in childcare, in caring for elderly and dependent people to ensure work-life balance within the family. Let's start.
Work-life balance is a balance we create between our work and our personal life. Enabling a better work-life balance for workers has been an European Union policy goal for many years, as it is central to ensure work sustainability for all.
Women are more likely than men to face work-life balance problems. Why?
One of the main issues is the unequal distribution of roles and responsibilities. A traditional gender division is observed, where women are expected to assume the majority of family care and household responsibilities, while men are primarily seen as economic providers.
The lack of opportunities to combine work and personal life is a major obstacle to increasing employment, especially for women, as traditionally women still spend more effort and time on family responsibilities, including caring for children, the elderly and disabled family members. This creates inequalities in the distribution of unpaid work and limits women's opportunities to fully participate in the labor market.
It is necessary to address the gender pay gap in part-time employment, as women are often forced to reduce their working hours or choose part-time jobs to meet family responsibilities. This can result in an income and professional opportunity gap for women.
In the European Union in 2022, 28% of employed women work part-time, compared to 8% of men.
Reasons given by part-time workers being employed under such working time arrangements were different for women and men. They included care of adults with disabilities or children, 29.2% of female part-timers against 7.7% of male part-timers. No full-time job found, 19.2% for women against 29.6% for men. Other family reasons, 7.1% for women against 2.7% for men. Own illness or disability, 5.5% for women against 10.8% for men, and education or training, 3.1% for women against 9.0% for men.
In all EU member states, there is a significantly higher proportion of women than men who perform tasks related to childcare, household chores, and cooking. For example, 93% of women and 69% of men take care of their children on a daily basis.
Nearly half of women, -49%, living with a partner report assuming primary responsibility for these kinds of essential tasks, compared to a mere 6% of men.
Such situations can create a lot of stress. A solution can be to divide housework with partner or husband. If a man takes half of the responsibilities at home, it gives a woman a chance to do her job well and also have time to relax. Also, equal sharing of parental leaves, when both men and women take some time off work to be at home with children, better public childcare services, and flexible working hours can help women to achieve better work-life balance.
Work-life balance for women. The implementation of the work-life balance measures is very important for women's career advancement, as usually women take caring responsibilities for family members. On the 1st of August, 2019, the Work-Life Balance Directive, which aims to improve families' access to family leave and flexible work arrangements, has entered into European Union law. The Work-Life Balance Directive introduces a set of legislative actions designed to modernize the existing EU legal and policy frameworks.
Measures under the directive include the introduction of paternity leave. Under the directive, fathers must be able to take at least 10 working days of paternity leave around the time of the child's birth, compensated at least at the level of sick pay. Ensuring that 2 out of 4 months of parental leave are non-transferable between parents and compensated at a level that is determined by the member state. The introduction of carers' leave. Workers providing personal care or support to a relative will be entitled to 5 days of leave per year. Extending the right to request flexible working arrangements to carers and working parents of children up to 8 years old.
As a result of these measures, the directive aims to improve not only work-life balance but also contribute to an increase in women's employment and families' economic stability. Access to affordable and good quality childcare services is also important for work-life balance.
Nevertheless, children are not the only ones that need to be looked after.
Aging and disability rates are rising in the EU and as a result, push up the demand for long-term care services for older people and people with disabilities. Women of pre-retirement age do the bulk of informal long-term caring in the EU. The difference is remarkable in the 50 to 64 age group. 21% of women and 11% of men care for older people and or people with disabilities at least several days a week.
The importance of work-life balance measures for women's career advancement.
Work-life measures which could be undertaken by the employer in order to promote equal opportunities for women and men in labor market.
The most usual measures for employers to support child care are the following: establishing a company kindergarten, conducting risk assessment which concerns nursing mother's safety or that of her child from her working conditions or working hours, establishing a room for children to do their homework or wait for their parents to ensure after-school care for older children, providing assistance during school holidays and closing times of kindergartens, camps, short-term childcare, consultancy services for parents.
The most usual measures for employers to support care for elderly and disabled dependents, allowing and supporting emergency leave and short-term leave at short notice, enabling carers to take long-term leave with the option to stay in contact and return to work, allowing part-time work with an option to return to full-time work, allowing flexible work time arrangements for full-time or part-time workers, allowing home-based working.
One of the most usable measures for work-life balance is the possibility to arrange the flexible working time.
Common types of flexible working are
Flexi-time. The workers work a standard core time, but can choose, within agreed limits, when to start, break and end their working day. Overtime or shortfall can be carried over.
Staggered hours. Shift system in which the starting and ending work times for staff vary to allow staff coverage, for example, longer opening hours, for defined periods, for example, week per week, day to day. Two existing options. The working time is fixed and scheduled by the employer or the head of the department. The working time is arranged with the employer and is self-managed by the staff within own department or office.
Compressed hours. With this arrangement, the usual number of working days per week can be compressed. You can take a regular day off every week or fortnight, or a regular half day off every week, etc. by either starting early or finishing late. In both cases, the overall number of hours remains the same.
Annualized hours or structured time off in lieu. Work hours are assigned per year rather than per week and also in accordance with peaks activity or demand. First type, the length of the working time is per year rather than per week. Time is split into core hours to be worked each week and unallocated hours that can be used for peaks or demand. Second type, longer hours during the peak of activity or business needs are agreed. These extra hours are recorded and you can then take the time off, with pay, at a less busy time.
Job sharing. Sharing a job designed for one person with someone else. A full-time job is divided between two similarly competent part-time workers. Compensation is apportioned between the workers, thus leading to a net reduction in per-employee income uptime.
Home working or teleworking. Working from home implies making use of computers and other electronic devices to do work from home and communicate directly with the office space.
Part-time. Working less than the normal hours. However, there are many different patterns of part-time work. Part-time work can be organized in several different ways. Several fixed daily working hours. Other fixed cycles. Flexible working hours on demand. Part-time contract can be agreed individually or better in collective bargaining.
Family-friendly policies enable employees raising children or caring for elderly and disabled relatives to combine family care concerns with careers.
It is an organization where employees feel supported by the organization in fulfilling both their work obligations and their responsibilities to their families. It is an organization where the employer recognizes that family responsibilities, personal commitments, affect the work of employees and where the employer is prepared to balance these commitments wherever possible.
The following can help solving work-family balance issues. Employer supporting actions and measures. Organizations providing care services. Rational division of responsibilities between family members.
That's all for this video lesson. Thank you for your participation. Please continue your learning and complete the exercises provided in the e-learning platform after this video. After successfully finishing the training course, you will be given the certificate.